Hi everybody, it's Maggie from Personal Euphoria doing a take two. So here's today's plank story. If you don't want to do plank, you're going to sit with or stand with your arms out straight in front, and you're going to do protraction and retraction of the shoulder blades. You're going to move from the shoulder. The biggest mistake people make is to move from the elbow. The elbow is straight, and it's just that shoulder spreads as wide as it can, and then you pull it towards your spine. Spread wide, pull towards your spine. So play with that. It's really important for shoulder mobility, but also if your shoulders are limited, your spine can't get its full range of motion. All right, so today's plank story. When Matt and I first met each other, I was 20, he was 22. And we were having some nasal issues, which sounds so romantic. So he didn't know yet, but he had nasal polyps. So he could barely breathe through his nose, but he was also like excessively snotty, just a lot of snot. And I was having a problem with bloody noses. I'm still very prone to bloody noses, but for some reason, my senior year of college, I was getting them constantly. Like I was in the middle of taking an exam and I got one and it got disrupted. I was in theater and I was doing a show and got a bloody nose and missed an entrance. I'd be walking across campus and get one. It was becoming too problematic. So they decided to corduroys my nose. And when they did that, they basically burned blood vessels in your nose, but it burnt my whole nostril. So I had what looked like a giant nostril, and I was mortified, right? Like I was like, oh my God, it looks like such a freak. But Matt got over it. Now, as to Matt's snot problem, one time we were out and on a napkin, he wrote out what he called the Snot Contract, that I would love him no matter what, even if he accidentally snotted on me. And I signed that contract because I loved him, and because if I had to pick a bodily fluid to get on me, I think snot would be like highest on the list. So I was okay with it. Well, I don't know why this came up recently, but he says to me, that snot contract, it's not valid. And I'm like, really? That thing we wrote up on a napkin and I signed 20 years ago plus isn't valid? No, why not? Well, because both parties have to benefit from a contract, and you didn't get anything, he says. I just got anything. You'll love me even if I snot on you. You got nothing. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I think we're good. But honestly, the fact that we're together is all due to Matt's courage, because I think it's very brave to ask someone else out. And when Matt first asked me out, now I had a crush on him. I wanted to go out with him. And he said to me, do you want to go get a coffee? And I said, I don't drink coffee. And I'm thinking in my head, just say yes. What's wrong with you? And then he's like, do you want to go get something to eat? Which is brave again, because he's asking a second time. And I say, I'm not really hungry. And amazingly, he stuck with it. And he says, do you want to go somewhere and not get coffee and not get anything to eat and just hang out and talk? And I said, yes, I'd like that very much. So we went out, only to his persistence. So I'll put up with the snot. He has since had a nasal polyp surgery and lost his sense of smell. He's definitely less snotty, but still sort of snotty. I don't know how effective it was. All right. And with that, I hope you have a wonderful day. And as always, keep moving.